Hey everyone, Gleb Bakhmutov here. Cypress outputs each command into its command log on the left. It's really convenient because you can see the dump snapshot at each command, so you can see what the application has done. If you click on the command, then you get additional information dumped into the console, like what did it actually print, how many items did it get. Sometimes you want to actually silence a particular command. You don't want it in a command log. Maybe it's sensitive data, maybe it's just too verbose. So if you, for example, have visit and you say log false, then this command will no longer be in the command log. Okay, so notice there is no visit. Same with cy.get. If I say log false, there is no more get thread command. Notice in this case we have a task, cy.task, to reset the data. How do we silence that particular command? Because if I just say log false, when I get something unexpected, in this case cannot save non-array and reset data, like what is that? Well, the task is an exceptional case. So for the task command, you need the name of a task. It has to be registered in the plugins file. So we have this reset data. And then each task method only takes a single argument at most. So what happens when we call cy.task? If you want to give options, and not the arguments to a task itself, but the options to Cypress, for example, to log a command or not, we have to add a placeholder like null. Because this reset data doesn't usually accept an argument, so we'll say null and give the actual Cypress arguments like timeout and log as the third argument. So in this case, it runs fine, but notice right before visit, we'd have nothing. So we silenced the cy.task. A similar example is for cyinvoke command. So let's say if I wrap hello and I want to invoke, let's say method split, and I just want to split it into characters. Then notice we're wrapping the hello and then invoking split. Because there is a variable number of arguments that any method accepts, we cannot have log false at the end, because then Cypress doesn't know if it's an argument to the method or its own argument. So cyinvoke is a special case where you have to put its argument at the first position. So in this case, notice we wrap hello, but we no longer have cyinvoke reflected in the command log. And finally, what if you just want to log something in the terminal so that you can see it on your CI output and so on? Well, in that case, go to the plugins file and just add a new method. Let's say print, and x would be the argument, and output it to the command log. And don't forget, you need to return something. It cannot be undefined. Cypress will complain if you're not returning a promise or undefined. Okay, so in this case, I'm going back to my task, and I'll say cy.task print hello world. Okay, and in this case, where is it? Let's reload the project. My server is really. And notice now we have out from the task plugin. So anytime I want to print something to a terminal, I can just use my task. So we covered how to disable logging cy.task in a command log right here, how to disable cyinvoke, and how to print something to a terminal.